Enter the Local Stage podcast presented by Shumaker Guitar Works. Thad has the night off yet again because he is moving his shop up onto Harrison Street into a very cool new building, and he didn't get any of my help because I'm here doing the show. It's all on my back this week. That's why I had to bring in some friends, my great friends Joe Ronnebeck and Lyndon Ehlers. What's up, guys?
What's up, bud?
Yo.
So, why do you think I brought you guys into this mix?
Well, I don't assume it's because Tad is busy making shoes, as his last name would.
Shumaker.
That's not what he's doing, apparently. I thought that's probably what he was doing.
Dude,
I know that, and that's not what he's doing.
Apparently he makes guitars, like shoe-shaped guitars. Or...
Shoe-shaped guitars is what he does.
I feel like he's missing out on that market.
He is,
Untapped.
dude. I never even put two and two together. Or put shoe and shoe together.
Oh,
Shumaker.
Boy, can I leave?
Well, no, the reason why I brought these two clowns in is because they're two very good friends of mine. Lyndon is currently with Pit Lord or was Crater. Not too much anymore, right?
Crater is still a thing.
I know it's still a thing.
It's just on like an extended hiatus until whenever. Until we all collectively have the time to do it. You know, basically.
Which means that it's over.
There may be something that I was involved in years ago that's starting again. That's reforming. But
can you say anything about it right now?
No, I'm not going to say anything yet because I don't know if it's happening exactly or not. But it's probably nothing anybody cares about, but like the people involved.
I care about it.
But I've kind of have plans to jam in a week or so and see what happens.
Very cool. And then my friend Joe Ronnebeck, Rezinator.
Yep, currently.
So, dude, are you jealous of Justin Kelly because he has Dead Ginger also?
Yeah, I'm a little hurt.
Are you jealous about the other members in that band?
I feel like I'm being cheated on when they don't text me back right away.
Well,
But, I start driving to their house.
Yeah,
listening.
I bet.
You want to? I'll give you a solid plan. Find a loop station that you can gift him and claim that it's way better than what he uses, and then just have it not work. Be like, hey. Well, I know what would work. I feel like he'd fall for that. Hopefully he doesn't listen to
I
this.
bet he would.
Yeah, he'd probably get so frustrated and give up and focus on 100% Rezinator. Come on, Justin, give it up.
It works, man. I bought it brand new. I don't know what your problem is.
That is awesome, you guys. We are not recording the show at Shumaker Guitar Works this week or the radio station. We're recording it at the Northwoods on Cedar Street. This is where, like, this house that we're recording this show in is where I literally learned how to be in a band, play in a band, learn drums here. Joe and I used to play in a band called Hunter Station, and you're about to hear that in a couple tracks from now. But let's jump into some brand new music from Pitch Black Manor. It's called Gone. Check it out right here on the local stage.
Pitch Black Manor with Gone. Up next, we got Hunter Station, Bag of Bones on the local stage.
That was Hunter Station with Bag of Bones, my old band. Not a song that I actually played on, but it was still my old band. What do you think of that, Joe?
I'm glad you were here for it, at least. It was recorded right here in this basement, so that's pretty cool.
That is super cool, man. Like, that song was born right underneath our bottoms.
40 years ago.
40 years?
It may as well be that long ago.
It may as well be that long ago. But before that, we had Pitch Black Manor. That was a brand new one called Gone. Look it up on Bandcamp. Those guys were a part of a benefit. It was a very good cause for, I believe, raising money for music. Yeah, that's
Just
right.
in general.
In general, go look up Pitch Black Manor on Bandcamp. I mean, dude, do it anyway. I mean, that was a great song.
Music needs money.
Music needs money. That's why Pitch Black Manor came out of the crevices of their Halloween antics and made that great song. We love those guys. We're always going to play them. And then after that was Hunter Station. And Lyndon, you were saying some great stuff about us, which I wanted you to say on air because, you know, I don't want that to go to waste. Oh, Jesus, man. I stopped that song for you so you could say this about us.
So what I was saying was I remember seeing you guys a couple times. I think probably once at what was the bar?
Creekside, probably.
What was it?
Creekside.
No.
Yep.
The old McDonald's.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, well,
okay.
I was literally just gonna say it used to be a McDonald's. The McDonald's
That
that
was
I
the
never went to.
First McDonald's west of the Mississippi River.
But
Fun fact.
I saw you at Creekside, and I saw you probably a little bit after. I know I've seen you a handful of times, but the two I remember is the Creekside one and at the shop, the hidden venue that only was for a short time, but the greatest place in the Quad Cities.
It was at the time.
Hunter Station always blew me away because, and I should preface this as to saying that I am almost like 99% metal, even more, extreme metal, and so I feel like what I'm saying about this has a little extra weight to it because a lot of people don't necessarily assume that I probably get into things like this, but the musicianship that went into that band in every way, like it is to me almost a shame that you guys played in like situations as often as you did where you were kind of playing for like, I mean, I'm pretty sure you probably played for like 2 hours at one point at Creekside, or where it was like covers and then original stuff, which was way better than any of those songs that you covered.
Yeah.
Which you guys would cover Primus songs and nail it, which blew me away all the time.
And that was me, by the way, not Dan.
Not Dan at all. Dan doesn't
Not really.
You're the one that introduced Dan to Primus, if I remember.
Maybe.
But so there was I think Hunter Station is like really it's a shame that it's not a thing anymore, and there were everybody that you guys would nail it, and you recordings, I mean, vocally, like Peck would just destroy. I mean, there's so much to be said. Even just that clean tone that was in that. You can't overstate how well done that clean tone is, and it just the hypnoticness.
Well, that's all Joe's guitar over here.
Yeah.
And I think that bleeds over into Rezinator as well, Joe.
does.
Don't you agree with me?
Yeah. I tend to gravitate towards that kind of psychedelic rock type of stuff, and
I think it's perfect. I think that kind of thing is something I didn't start to notice until well later into my music listening years, and I was like, I could never figure that out. I use all the distortion in the world and just crank every horrible pedal I had, but not get that kind of a clean tone because I was too stupid, too boneheaded.
I don't know, man. Like I miss jam. I mean, I miss playing music in general. I really do. But like, I got a bunch of other stuff going on now, and I mean, there's always time for stuff that you can make, for stuff that you enjoy doing. But when I see Rezinator play live, especially Joe playing on guitar. And I think it was the last show before the quarantine happened at Ribco. You guys played.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And, dude, like, that for me was like, watching you up there play guitar was... It brought back a lot of memories, man, because when you get in the pocket, you get in that damn pocket, dude. You get in that damn pocket and you have everybody's attention, and it's amazing. And, I mean, so how... I know it's the style of guitar that you play, but like elaborate on that a little bit. I mean, like, is it the pedals? Is it just your kind of like, come on, Joe, give me the reason why you do what you do.
Well, I'm classically trained. I went to Okay, no. I don't even like to call myself a musician, or I'm half-assed musician at best. I'm winging it. Just like life, I'm winging everything.
That's what I like to hear, because that's what I do.
Yeah,
So.
I love a variety of music and soak it up. Just love music so much, and then subconsciously, I think it just translates out of my fingers as I play, and yeah, I like those sounds, and yeah, I like to mess around with pedals a lot too, and get the weird noises, and that influences the way you play, and yeah, that's how it comes out.
Do you think that you have imposter syndrome?
Am I willing? Can you admit that? And
Well,
still have imposters.
Well, that's a great question, because I think most great artists have imposter syndrome, and that's kind of what proves that they're great artists.
I don't even know if it's great artists. I think a lot of artists feel it in general.
Well, you're right, Lyndon. Every artist feels imposter syndrome, at least at some point, in my opinion. At least unless you have this giant ego, because you have all the greats, and they always say, whether it's music, acting, whatever you want to do, man, I'm just waiting for people to figure me out.
Find out I'm not supposed to.
Find out I'm not supposed to be here.
I think what goes into that is, and I can speak for musicians, obviously, for the most part. I mean, I do other art, but music is number one, and as musicians, I feel like it's important for a musician to compare themselves to whoever it was that inspired them to start. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't have to be the first, but their number one inspirations. I don't think it's right when people go, well, I would never say that I want to be Pantera. I don't want to be Dimebag, or I don't want to be Joe Bonamassa. I don't want to be those. I'm not trying to be them. But in actuality, it makes sense to compare yourself, because if you want to do something that, in my opinion, is worth people giving you their money, is worth people spending time listening to what you do or paying attention to what you do, you absolutely should compare yourself and always keep yourself to that standard. Mm-hmm. And in doing so, there is going to be you will have that feeling of like, people are going to probably know or think that I'm just trying to be this, or that I'm not really as awesome as they might say I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can have an ego. I think you can have both. I think you can think that, but also have an ego about yourself. And you get really into really complicated personality traits at that point. But I think everybody's going to feel like that. And I don't.
Yeah, Lyndon, like when you brushed me off the other night when I asked you to go to get some pizza.
Like, bro, I don't have time.
And I went and got, and you know what I did? I went and got pizza
in my limo already.
And you know what? It was super weird and awkward when you drove by Papa John's.
Yeah. I was driving,
and I was in there eating pizza out of the cardboard box, and you drove by in the limo with a Papa John's slice of pizza.
Yep.
And it was just really weird. And
it was just a slice. I left the box at home, and I got in my limo, and I drove past you.
And another slap in the face. You were wearing your pit vipers. And it was nighttime out.
It was nighttime. You can see pretty well at night.
Yeah. So, okay, let's get back into the music right now. We heard Hunter Station before we got into this giant artistic rant. Let's transition into Rezinator with Out of Time, right here on the local stage.
Rezinator with Out of Time. Now here's Sorry Pluto with Jelly Donut. Right here on the local stage.
We take a trip around the parking lot and realize that there's no one around. My hands are shaking and they can't seem to stop, 'cause we both know what's about to go down. And then I say to you, have you ever felt like this before? And then you'll say it's true. So why can't I explain the reason that I feel so empty? I'm not gonna come back the same. I loved you, then left you, and could not forget you. So now we're right back where we began. We take a trip down memory lane. Remember days that we lost to the past. It's never been so easy to explain. Now I laugh, and then I'll say to you, will it be the last time that I will get to see and touch you, dream about you, never wanna end tonight? So why can't I explain the reason that I feel so empty? I'm not gonna come back the same. I loved you, then left you, and could not forget you again. You never got the answers I can finally say. You never realized that I can finally be myself, no matter you want me to. You never got the answers I can finally say. You never realized that I can finally be myself, no matter you want me to be.
That was Sorry Pluto with Jelly Donut right here on the local stage. You know, I love those guys so much because they're out of Cedar Rapids, which, you know, kind of makes them a little bit local. I used to live in Cedar Rapids. But what it really reminds me of is back in the day when, you know, I used to listen to a lot of punk rock music, alternative music, and, you know, all the American Pie movies coming out. Man, it just brings me back.
All those kick flips you used to do down at the skate park.
Yeah, kick flips.
Ollies.
All those pies you would eat.
I would eat. I would just eat the pies, and I would eat them with my tongue.
That's pretty impressive. Just the tongue.
Just the tongue. That's why there was a giant hole left in the pie, right? Okay. All you parents tuning in right now. This is everybody's show. This is not just an adult show. You know, we keep it everybody acceptable. But anyway, thank you, Sorry Pluto, with that song, Jelly Donut. And if you like jelly donuts, you're going to love Lobo Salsa. Because that's a food too. That's a food too, and they're our sponsor, so we have to mention Lobo Salsa. But I love Lobo Salsa. I drink pint glasses of that stuff every single morning when I wake up to get ready for the day. It's better than a cup of coffee because you can eat chips with it. And my friend and guest here, Lyndon, tells me before we came back on from the break, he's never even had Lobo Salsa.
I haven't. No, I was saying I really, really I appreciate a good salsa. Chips and salsa is probably the greatest snack you could ever have.
It is.
And I need to try some. You need to give me some Lobo salsa because I don't have anywhere to get it.
Yeah, you do. You look him up on Facebook and Instagram.
What?
And you can find it everywhere around the Quad Cities. It's the best salsa you'll ever put in your mouth.
I'm so glad you told me.
It's Lobo Salsa. Thanks, Lyndon, for playing into that ad. And thank you, Lobo, for sponsoring the show.
I will be hunting it down. Seriously.
I don't buy it. I really don't. I don't think he's going to.
Tomorrow morning, I'll send you a Snapchat about it.
Yeah. Snapchat or it didn't happen, Joe. Snapchat or it didn't happen.
Lunchtime.
Lunchtime, yeah.
I'll be crunching down.
Very cool. I want to see you sitting at Vanderveer Park with the ducks, feeding them Lobo Salsa too.
You're going to be fighting the ducks off.
Soak the bread in Lobo Salsa and give it to the ducks and geese and see what they do. I'm sure they dig it. Well, hey, we are on a roll tonight for all new music, and this is a new one from Nailed. And apparently, I asked Sleazy B who the hell isn't Nailed anymore, and I guess it's just him, and that's why this song is called Bodily Fluids. So here it is, right here on the local stage, Nailed with Bodily Fluids.
Got you clean, huh? What's the matter, honey? Little extra cheese on the taco?
Excuse me?
No, excuse me. There's no tag on this. Price check on VegiClean, aisle 5. I repeat, price check on VegiClean, aisle 5. That's VegiClean. We got a customer down here with a full-on fallopian fungus. She's baking a loaf of bread, and I think it's sourdough. Put a rush on that.
What did you think of that track? That was Sleazy B with Nailed, Bodily Fluids.
That sounds like textbook Sleazy B.
Was that Jim Carrey? Was that Ryan Reynolds? Was that
Pretty sure it's Jim Carrey.
Was it Jim Carrey?
I can't put my finger on the movie. I want to say it was Cable Guy, but I might be wrong. But I think I know my Jim Carrey.
Well, you better get your finger to get to know some bodily fluids, Lyndon, because that's what that song's called.
I love that guy, though, man. He makes some of the craziest music. I mean...
He called me today and proposed the best idea that I've ever heard in my life for a show. So I'm just going to keep it at that. And the listeners have to wait for this show. Yeah, well, such a tease, right?
You told me the idea before we started recording, and nobody will ever guess.
Nobody will ever guess.
In fact, nobody will probably ever know.
Nobody will ever know. But they will know that it's going to be the best show that we've ever done.
I'll know.
Because, dude, what?
Oh, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to ruin it.
Oh, I know you're not going to ruin it. But I'll tell you what. Our most watched show on YouTube was Sleazy B and Geezy B when we had those two clowns on.
Dude.
And, dude, those guys were great guests. They were our best guests. No offense to either of you.
I'm offended.
To either of you clowns.
I'm offended.
Joe Ronnebeck and Lyndon Ehlers here, you know. These guys are great friends of mine.
Hold up to that.
Heavily offended. I don't think we are anymore.
We aren't anymore. Not anymore.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, this hasn't aired yet. So,
I'm glad to put a pin in it at this point.
Don't count your chickens just yet, you know.
I never count my chickens.
But no, yeah, Sleazy's total character, man. He's hilarious, fun to watch. He wears great shirts. He's vegan. That's a little disturbing. I don't understand it, but...
You don't understand veganism?
Yeah, I'm more of a flat earther myself.
That's not really hard to understand. The Earth is obviously flat, so
Yeah.
you and I we're on the same flat plane, as you might say.
Yeah, I you know, the Earth is proven flat because the moon is round. So how could both be round?
That's not how the universe works.
That's not how the universe works.
Well, my question is, how do people go sledding if the Earth is flat?
Oh, dude.
I know.
Oh my
I just
God.
thought of it now.
Well,
how did the X Games happen?
if the Earth is flat,
If the Earth is flat,
dude, because gravity still exists, even if like how do you have a flat basketball court and the ball bounces?
exactly.
So you make no sense, Lyndon.
I don't understand science. That's why I think the Earth is flat.
Okay,
It's magnets.
the Earth
Magnets
is
That's the answer.
the reason why the Earth is flat is because we have to take a break. But right after this, we're gonna have brand new tracks from Scarlet Morning and Nova Lightz right here on the local stage.
If you're looking to blast off the best scent of 2020, look no further than Lee Pingle's Sweet Nectar Musk. This cologne will scent you up and make you smell like you've been living in a porta potty at Eldora Speedway for a whole week. Forget the urinal cakes. Lee Pingle's Sweet Nectar Musk will get the job done. Waltz proudly into any West End bar and expect the ladies to be a-flockin'. Lee, how do you do it?
Well, I just come into the factory about twice a week, and they hook my tits up to the milkers, and they get all my nectar out. Yeah, I'm making a couple bucks.
It's Lee Pingle's Sweet Nectar Musk, exclusively at Walmart.
Shout out to our sponsor, Lobo's Salsa. Lobo can be found on Facebook and Instagram. Just look up Lobo's Salsa or hashtag Believe the Hype. Lobo's Salsa is available all around the Quad Cities, and if he likes you, he might even deliver it to you. Check out Lobo's Salsa on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, do you have a business or a band per se that needs some merch? Well, I've got your people. Go to Elite Ink Printing. Nowhere else can they give you the best deals, fastest shipping, highest quality, and above all else, they're based right here in Davenport, Iowa. We are currently working with them, and if you use the promo code LOCALSTAGE at your checkout from EliteInkPrinting.com, you will get free shipping. That might not be advantageous for some of you right here in the Quad Cities, but if you're listening from far, far away and you have a big t-shirt order, that's a really good deal. Again, that's Elite Ink Printing right here in Davenport, Iowa. They're currently running amazing deals, and I'm telling you, it's the highest quality, best pricing, and fastest shipping you will see in the t-shirt business. So get on it. Again, use checkout code LOCALSTAGE, and they will hook you up.
Shout out to our sponsor, Allied Barber Supply, 1513 Harrison Street in Davenport. There's so much more than just men's grooming. There's everything manly that you could ever imagine in that place. So check them out. Allied Barber Supply, 1513 Harrison Street, Davenport.
If you need the rush for 2021, search no further than Lee Pingle's Turbo Dogs. We fused the Jack-charged energy from the leading energy drinks into a classic gas station hot dog. Don't waste time eating and drinking to get your morning going. Choke down a Lee Pingle Turbo Dog, and you'll have enough energy to compete with the top crackheads out of the Quad Cities. Kick the fatigue with Turbo Dogs. Backed with hogs, sugar, glucose, citric acid, taurine, sodium citrate, caffeine, caramel color, glucuronolactone, sorbic acid, niacinamide, inositol, L-carnitine, guarana seed extract, milk thistle extract, Panax ginseng, and hog cocks. Lee, where'd you get the idea? Well, I'm a big fan of roller grill items, and I hate walking to the cooler to grab an energy drink. So I had my R&D department create these Turbo Dogs. I usually choke them down. No bun, one bite. It's Lee Pingle's Turbo Dogs. Grab one at Murphy, USA.
That was Scarlet Morning with All Good. The reason why I love that song is because it's the exact reverse of my last name. Goodall. Lyndon, dude, you and I were hashing back and forth during that song.
Yes.
It opened pretty, kind of alt rock, but then towards the end, it was really heavy.
So the visual that I had, right, is that as a band, that's a sound that it wouldn't seem so far out, like seeing in a fairly typical like rock bar. You've your typical bar patrons standing around listening to this going, yeah. And then the end of that song happens. I like that there's kind of a break before, and then it's like, and I would love to see the reaction on a lot of those people that are kind of like, oh yeah, this is like really nice, and then, oh, this is your cousin's band, yeah, and then that part of the song happens, and it's like,
Dude.
What is happening? And
Yes.
it's like relatively, it's not super heavy, obviously, like compared to like what I'm used to listening to. But like in that scenario, I love it because it is very much not what a lot of those kind of people are probably used to hearing.
Yeah.
And I love that they did that. And I was telling you, I feel like, from what I can tell, and I might be wrong, I probably am wrong, as I usually am, as what people have told me. But I feel like that was like the vocalist, because he obviously had that he has that range, that ability to do that with his voice.
Yes.
And I was saying, I bet he was probably like, we got to do the end of the song, it just needs to like explode, and I'm just gonna belt. And
I agree.
All power to him. I like that break from that sort of like, I'm not gonna say it was cookie cutter like alt rock, but I've heard that before, but not with that kind of an ending. The only thing I can imagine was there was a band called 10 Years from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
That had a song that was
You
on the radio.
old ass.
That reminded me of that, and they had an end of a song. I'm a huge appreciator of a band that has an end of a song explode like that. I think that's.
I love those curveballs. Totally catch you.
Total, and you said that too. You're like, oh, that was a real curveball of an ending, and
yeah, I always appreciate that.
And I like that. I don't care what kind of music you're doing. If you're gonna end your song with something like that, you were thinking about it.
Yep.
And that's what I want, is I want to hear people, I want to imagine that people were thinking about it, and that was awesome. And I hope they keep doing that.
I hope they keep doing it too. And I have a couple more Scarlet Morning tracks from Wisconsin. Those guys are on our list now. Wisconsin.
I bet those guys are aggressive drivers, just like everybody else in Wisconsin.
What? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know Wisconsin people are crappy drivers.
No, aggressive.
Aggressive.
I didn't say crappy. I said aggressive. They drive with purpose.
Well, they speak with purpose too with their accents. No offense. No offense.
Hey, we are in the Northwoods.
Hey,
we are in the Northwoods.
we're in the Northwoods right now. I feel like we're in the northern part of the country. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
I was trying to pull a Wisconsin accent out, and I couldn't at the moment,
Got a little
Canadian there it is.
You just sound like you're from the west end of Davenport doing that. You sound like
what neighborhood are you from, Joe? You over there in off of West 2nd Street?
Oh, the way up northwest
way
end
up
of
north.
Davenport there. Yeah.
Way up north. You got to say north.
Up north, you're
Up north over by the lake there.
Well, speaking of
Catching
north,
lots of crappie and northern pike.
speaking of Nort. Speaking of Nort, we're going to move on to our next band. We're going to pick up a little bit of new Nova Lightz. That's Lightz for copyright purposes. This is a brand new track from our guys. Come Away, right here on the local stage.
like a black hole capturing all the lights you used to shine on. Gone and never will return again. Come away from yourself and turn off your closed-minded ignorance. Yeah. Like a black hole capturing all the lights you used to shine on. God, I never will return again. Come away from yourself and turn off your closed-minded ignorance. Yeah. Try to come away.
Lightz. Here's Dark Agenda from Cedar Rapids with Lilith, right here on the local stage from the Northwoods.
Deep beyond the willow tree.
That was Dark Agenda with Lilith out of Cedar Rapids. First time we played those guys. Thank you for the submission, fellas. That was awesome stuff, especially the vocals on there. Lyndon, tell us about it.
I really like the vocalist.
I like the
really
vocalist too.
Guitars are fucking shredding.
Yeah, they were shreds. They were shredding.
Are you allowed to say shredding?
You're allowed to say shredding, and you're allowed to say fucking too.
Okay.
It fucking shreds.
But now you guys are just making more work for me because now I got to go back mask this shit. So you know what?
Shouldn't have been
You
shredded
guys are
so
full
hard.
of fucking bullshit. I'm gonna fucking kill you, motherfuckers, and I'm not gonna be fucking calling it. God damn it, fucking shit. All right.
But I like that. I like that. It was good. It was good.
Yeah, it was great.
It's definitely something I would hear on the radio for sure.
Yeah, no. I mean, like those guys are right up there with the greats, man. Like, I think.
What are the greats now?
What are the greats now?
I don't know.
Well, the greats on.
I just complete.
That's all
my opinion was
subjective.
completely
That's all
made invalid.
subjective. That's all subjective. Everything's subjective nowadays, but I think the greats are like everybody who deserves to be played on mainstream radio, and I would consider Dark Agenda to be right there with it with
Sounds
Lilith.
very subjective.
It is.
to say.
It is. I'm not trying to say anything else but positive things, Lyndon. All right.
Me too.
I know. We all are. We all are. Thanks for the submission, guys.
I'm a positive person.
I know.
I'm glad that they submitted the song because it's very good,
Dude, and I'm very positive that you're going to be growing a beard out here soon, right? Because all I'm looking at is handlebars.
I'm working on the handlebar, bro.
Bubba
I've
dub.
done the beard. The beard is over.
Well, the beard's over?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Have you ever had a beard like I did?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
You saw it?
I don't think I ever saw that.
You saw it.
I saw mine. I could see mine on a daily basis. That's
No.
how long it was. I don't.
Do you remember when I had a beard?
No.
Why? Why don't you remember that? Because it was
Because
just
mine was bigger.
because mine was just basically face pubes.
Yes.
It's more
that's
of a
probably
winter
what it was.
thing, you know. It's summer's coming up. It's bike riding season, you know.
See,
Keep the
I
handlebar.
have a
keep
handlebar
rocking
mustache
handlebars.
and I wear leather and people will be like, "Bro, do you ride?" And be like, "No, I drive a Toyota because I'm not crazy." Like,
Got
not in that
fingers
way.
on that Toyota.
Yeah, it's a RAV4.
But
If
Joe,
the seats fold down.
you do have a beard.
I got the beard.
I know.
It's a pain in the ass with this mask pandemic thing we got going on. Everyone's infected with masks.
Infected with masks. I have to wear a mask every day when I go to work, and when I get home from work, I open up my car door, and like I don't know, a whole plume of masks fall out of my car, and then I have to get the rake out and then scrape them up from my driveway and put them in the trash can. But you know what? I'm a masker. I'm a masker.
Yeah.
When I
You
feel
gotta
like
do
it.
You gotta do it. You know, is get the mangy mask beard going on.
That's right.
I mean, I just wear one
Pricey
because I
pay.
don't want to get in an altercation with anybody out in a Quick Start parking lot.
They get up and start screaming in your face. It's like, you should be wearing a mask. You should be wearing a mask.
Hey,
speaking of that-
I just want a coffee and a payday.
Getting in your face. You should be wearing a mask.
Stop spitting in this room, Joe.
We're in the North Woods.
You're vaporizing
I gotta-
COVID right now, and we're all breathing it in.
I got a spit guard. It's
gonna give it to all the
Jesus
trees.
Christ.
This,
But listen-
this microphone is wearing a mask.
Is this Cypress, by the way?
I've been trying to get to this point. The reason why I brought up facial hair is because one of our great sponsors, Allied Barber Supply, 1513 North Harrison Street, has all the best barber supplies you can even imagine, especially for your beard if you're a man. And if you're a woman, hey, women can grow beards nowadays too. So
Why not?
why
I
not?
mean, any of them can, really.
Men
You just
or
gotta let
women.
it go.
If
I've been meaning to see a groomer sometime soon.
Yeah, I think you should. I think you should go to Allied Barber Supply at 1513 North Harrison Street and, pick up some manly supplies because you don't want your beard to be tumbling down the street like a tumbleweed.
I kind of do, though.
Whip it into shape. All right, now we're going to jump into the second song that Lyndon ever wrote for Crater. Here is Fine Wine right here on the local stage.
Starting
Crater with Fine Wine. I picked that one because it's Lyndon's least favorite intro, and it's my most favorite. And also, it ages like a fine wine. I mean, aged so long in the barrel, it just picks up so much dark tannins. So dark, it looks like ink. Speaking of ink.
Wow. What a salesman right there. Speaking of ink, if you need t-shirts, look no further than eliteinkprinting.com. They're based right here in Davenport, Iowa. And if you use promo code on checkout, local stage, you will get free shipping. Again, it's eliteinkprinting.com, based right here in Davenport, Iowa. They have the fastest turnaround, highest quality, and did I mention free designs? That's eliteinkprinting.com. Lyndon, what did you think of tonight's show, and what were your faves?
Okay, so first, I have to address what Joe said about that, and all. No,
all right, come on. We have to wrap it up. Come on, wrap it up.
I didn't like that intro. We stopped doing that intro, but I do like that song, and I do like everything we did with Crater. Second, this show really it really does put a spotlight on a lot of the music that's going on in this area. Because I was talking before we started saying,
and Wisconsin,
a lot, and Wisconsin and Cedar Rapids. It's just Midwest. I pay attention to a lot of the metal, the extreme metal for sure, heavy stuff and stuff that interests me overall. But you do this show, and it does remind me of how much music is going on in the area altogether. That's really, I mean, I promote the advance of music altogether. I don't want there to just be extreme insanity and craziness. There's a room for everything, and I think what this show is doing is really important. And whatever version of this show continues on in the future, I feel like you have a pretty good finger on the pulse of what's going on in music here.
Thanks,
and
man.
I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's glad. I'm happy that you have us on to do this. It's not just because we're your friends. I mean, like, obviously, like,
well, I mean, there's a reason why I chose you guys to come on tonight, right? I mean,
well, because Dad was too busy.
Yeah.
I figured that's what it was.
I hate music.
Honestly,
I'm done.
Honestly,
done with it.
You are completely correct. That is the only reason why
The
I
guy that makes
drug your
guitars for a
carcasses
living
into this
didn't
room.
Want anything to do with this show and was done.
Yes,
but no, I like, honestly, like, it's fantastic, and no matter what happens, I think we're lucky that in this area and the Quad Cities and the Midwest and place nobody would ever think where there's music, there's definitely music happening, regardless of what kind of music you get into. I make fun of a lot of stuff I don't like, but I definitely hope everybody continues to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. Like, the reason why this show is called The Local Stage is because we encourage every single artist, every single person at every single age, every single skill level, wherever you are, get on this show. And that's why we need to remind you, if you want to submit music, send it to thelocalstage@gmail.com. And even if you want to be a guest on The Local Stage, we have room for that.
It doesn't even have to be this show. Like, the one thing I've learned, and just in the last, like, 5 to 10 years, let's say 10 years, if you do music and you want it to be heard, there are always people looking. There are always people looking for stuff. And don't be afraid to email people. Don't be afraid to message people. Don't be afraid. If you want to do music, your goal should be to get music to people, and literally don't ever stop.
Agreed.
Don't ever stop. Don't ever be afraid to send it to people. You think you're bothering people, get over it and send it to them. If they don't respond, that's the worst thing that could happen.
Yes.
And literally don't.
100% what you just said, Lyndon. Nobody is going to come look for you. Nobody. And that is the damn truth.
There's 1,000 people doing what you're doing.
You have to pursue what you love, especially within the music genre, and you have to bother people. You have to go everywhere you can and send your material to everybody that you can. Nobody is looking for you. Nobody's going to come save you. You have to save yourself. And with that said, thank you, Joe. Thank you, Lyndon.
Thank you.
You guys want to sign off real quick?
Like signature?
Yeah, do your signature.
I don't know, man.
I'm letting Joe go first. 'Cause
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. Well put, Lyndon, as usual. And Trevor. Yeah, it's awesome to have a platform like this for people to throw things out there and have a variety of music. Everyone has their own taste, and yeah, it's great to just I learned about 5-6 new bands tonight, and every time you do the local stage show, I learn new bands every time that I never would have heard of otherwise. So
That's our goal.
that's awesome.
I'm gonna say check out Joe's band Rezinator. Also Dan, who I do Pit Lord with, that's his band as well. Check out Pit Lord. We're playing a show in Galesburg April 24th with a bunch of super rad bands. You can find that on Facebook. Find our Facebook Pit Lord. Find Rezinator's Facebook. Find our Bandcamp pages. Everything. Look for bands in your local area and actually do something about that, because local music needs literally everything it can get right now.
Awesome. Joe and Lyndon, thank you guys so much for joining me.
buddy.
I'm Trevor at the lever. Here is Darkrift with Red Shift to close out your local stage night right here on the local stage.
Perception is star as your evolution allows those impossible discourse. The few guide themselves in town to use their intellective assistance. They are your relatives. They are you. The past, present, future, only frequency. Magnify their image to allow yourself to be humble. The shift of the essence. The reality revealing itself to you that want to see. The red shift of the essence. Infinity revealing itself to you as a such gift. A red shift. Every one of you are behold. The gods have stumbled. The message loud and clear. Perfection is improbable. No creation. Present, future, only frequency. Magnify their image to allow yourself to be humble. The red shift of the essence. Reality revealing itself to you that want to see. The red shift of the essence. Infinity revealing itself to you as a such gift. A red shift. Disobeying scientifically. Degrading epidemically. All on colossal scales that are unimaginable. They shine to guide the way, yet they have been dead for millennia. This is what your fate is. present, future, only one glimpse. Magnify their image to allow yourself to be humble. The shift of the essence. Reality revealing itself to you that want to see. The shift of the essence. Infinity revealing itself to you as a soft gift. Red shift. 7 years ago, I got super wasted and forgot to buy food, and I had a whole package of this bacon in my fridge. I was like, well, that's what I have. And I fucking made all of it. I mean, I was burned all to hell. Like, my arms, like, just splattered with grease, and I ate this whole plate of just, like, bacon, just piled.
So you were completely naked when you were cooking this bacon?
I mean, if you would have seen me, you would have been surprised that I wasn't. You know? like, if you would have been like, how is this guy not completely just naked, right? How did he not forget his clothes?
Because not only does he have bacon in front of him, he should be naked.
Dude, it was a saucepan full of bacon. I mean, like the grease had pooled up to an unsafe level. It was about to turn into an episode of Rescue 911.
Boiling bacon with grease.
Waking up covered in blisters.
Joe,
popping all over the place. I'm picturing fucking my welding days when I'd go home with weld splattered burns all over my t-shirts and pants. Only from bacon this time.
That's... But so that's just the first part, and then I ate all of it. I ate all of it with my hands off this plate, and I passed out on my couch. And I woke up probably, I don't know what time it was, but I know I'd only been asleep for like 45 minutes maybe, and it was just me dreaming about vomiting, right? Like where your body's like, bro, this is about to happen, wake up. And I woke up and I was like, and I I puked up the most bacon I think any human has ever puked up, because that was all that was in my stomach. And it was vile. Vile.
Dude, so like when you puke up bacon, since you just ate it, it's not like in pieces anymore. It's like in fucking little like digestive bacon pockets.
It was
bacon
like,
bits.
Dude,
bacon
it was
bits.
like puking up Bacos.